Welcome, everyone. You're listening to the ImPerfect Podcast. I'm Kathy.
And I'm Kennedy. Join us on this week's episode as we discuss intriguing topics and people of interest that will inspire us to explore all of the unique pieces of ourselves.
We are all imperfectly perfect.
We're glad you're here. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the ImPerfect Podcast. Today we are doing what's called Normal or Nah, and it's inspired actually by other podcasters named Tony and Ryan. So if you find today's episode a little quirky and a little fun, I definitely recommend you going to check them out as well, because I get good entertainment from them, and the idea originated from them. And I think they started like a card game to do with Normal or Nah as well. So that's kind of cool. So basically what's going to happen is Mom and I are going to surprise each other with a couple different things that some people may find normal and some people may not find normal. And there might be some back and forth with Mom and I with some disagreement, or maybe we agree on certain things, but it's just kind of a goofy topic. And we wanted to just talk about it today because we thought it was kind of funny how different people have different realities of what is normal, but what even is normal, and where do we pick these like weird, quirky things up, or why do we also relate to each other on certain things but not others?
Right. So it should be fun. Do you want to start, or do you
want... No, you can start.
Okay, so if I understood the assignment correctly, I was to come up with like quirky stuff that people do. Perhaps it's me that does it. Maybe not, who knows? So, and the question is, what is it? Weird or no?
Normal or nah?
Normal or nah? Weird, yes, definitely. Okay, so normal or nah. Sitting in the car in the driveway once you've gotten home and just taking a few minutes to gather yourself, stuff, answer those few texts that you got, or is like maybe your safe space. Does that make any sense? Is that normal or not?
Nah. Not for me, it isn't. Maybe it's an old person thing, but nah, for me,
if I have the time, it's like one of those life's small luxuries. I pull in, I put it in park, I turn the car off, and sometimes leave the radio on, sometimes not. Scroll through, see who messaged me just right then. Maybe like just finish listening to the song in the car. No.
I think maybe I've done that if it's like I'm playing my song in the car and it gets to the good part and I'll leave it for a few seconds, but it's definitely not a like 10-minute sit there and reflect on life moment.
No, and it's only been, maybe it's a middle-aged lady kind of thing. I don't know. It's it's just a weird thing that I've noticed that I've started doing, and I quite enjoy the time. So, okay, maybe it's not normal. So that'd be an nah?
Nah for me.
Okay. How about you? Try one.
These are gonna go totally from one end to the next, because I don't know what Mom has written and she doesn't know what I have written. So normal or nah, sniffing your pet and enjoying it.
Which end?
What?
I said which end?
Okay, funny. Their fur.
Oh, their fur. Yeah, no. No, I don't think so. Like I could tell you what my cat smells like, but I don't know, maybe.
Okay, so now you're just being a liar. You don't want to come off as weird. It definitely is for me, and it is for my boyfriend as well. Sorry to out him, but yeah, we'll sit there, and I don't know if you haven't seen them. TikToks of people picking up their cats. It was a trend at one time, and it's like when you get home and all you want to do is smell your cat. And it's this sound that people have added in for a background sound. And it's them going to their cat. But it's so relatable. Like when I cuddle my cats, and maybe it's just a cat thing and not so much a dog thing. I don't know. But I don't know. The smell of my cats, they have a specific and certain smell, and it's comforting for me. I don't know.
Me.
Maybe
How
not.
about normal or nah, brushing your teeth with warm water as opposed to cold?
No.
What?
It's cold water.
No, it's got to be warm. It softens up the bristles. And
No,
it
it's
makes
cold
it,
because it's refreshing, so you're adding that extra zing in there.
I don't agree. That would be too harsh, especially like if you've been chilling on the couch and you finally gather up enough energy to go to the bathroom to brush your teeth before you go to bed. Like, who wants that coldness? Like, don't you want something nice and snuggly?
Is it because it hurts you? Nice and snuggly? Is it because your teeth are sensitive to the cold, or is it just because you just like the warm?
No, that I mean, I don't get pain in them. Of course, I can feel that it's cold, but no, not sensitive in that way. I don't know. It just always made it nicer. I don't know.
I mean, not for me. For me, it's
Okay.
cold because it's refreshing, but normal or not, blowing your nose in the shower.
Yeah, that'd be a big no for me.
No, you don't just do the whole like you're in the shower anyways, and so you might as well just like because the steam's like cleared things up, and so then you're just blowing your nose.
No.
I do.
Really?
Yes, I've done that.
Wow, I don't think I've ever blown my nose in the shower
All
without.
right, we'll stop it right there then.
Okay, how about normal or nah? Not flushing when you get up to pee at night.
Nah, why would you do that? Are
I
you
don't know.
conserving water? Like,
No, and I don't know. I did like, I think it's a cottage thing.
I was just gonna say at the cottage it makes sense, but at home,
I think it's like don't disturb other people thing.
like what, the cat?
I don't
And the
know.
bathroom's downstairs, Mom. Like, what do you?
And a lot,
No.
I know I'm not alone in this.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not alone in the blowing the nose in the shower either. I know that much, but
Look, just gross.
it's gross that you don't flush the toilet when you go to pee in the middle of the night. But anyways, nah is my answer.
Okay.
Normal or not, subtitles while you're watching TV.
Oh, definitely normal. It was always a nah, and then I had a friend that did it, and also it seemed a little weird at the time, but that way you could like totally mute it and still kind of follow along. That I think that is the reason that that person did it. But for me, it was a little strange until I started doing it when I would watch a show that maybe was not in English. And of course, you needed it to follow along, but also when my youngest daughter was, trying to improve her reading and that sort of thing. So if the subtitles are there, of course, your eyes just going to follow them. What about you?
Um, you have a much more elaborate explanation than I do, but I would be the same in your situation, like you're saying. I used to hate it because I found it extremely distracting. But there was one day that we turned it on because, like you said, it was one of those shows that wasn't in English, and so you needed it to follow along, and it just kind of stuck. And now it's helpful for like I find I don't read it at all times, but it's helpful if I can't quite hear it because I don't know what it is, but maybe this is just me getting older too. I don't know. The volume of shows and movies, it's either super freaking loud or it's so quiet you couldn't even hear anything. So I find the subtitles are just helpful in
Yeah.
those times. But maybe it's because I'm getting older. I don't know. We should have like my younger sister's perspective as well, and her going,
Yeah.
nah, not normal.
That'd be a great idea for a show, right?
It
Like
would, yeah.
my mom and then my youngest daughter too, so we'd have like almost four full generations there.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
should do that sometime.
we should.
With what you were saying about the subtitle thing, like yeah, a lot of shows now are, it's not just you super quiet in the show, so you jack it up, and then the like theme
There's
music.
like a club scene and it's like right in your like right loud in your ear, but
I don't know why they can't seem to get that right after all these years of filming, but
I don't know.
yeah. So my next normal or nah would be filling up your online shopping cart but never buying it.
I should have seen this one coming. That's mom's biggest life issue right now.
Well, not just with that one, but other times I've been like, oh, I feel like going shopping for whatever, summer clothes. And, but nothing fits right, or I haven't got the funds to go or whatever. And so like, let's Google up whatever brand name
Oh, I
and
do
go
that too.
shopping. And oh, that'd look cute. Ooh,
Right.
that's nice.
Add
Ooh,
to cart and then never actually buy it. Yeah.
right. And then you've got like a $5,000 order sitting there.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. I would agree. It's normal just because I do things where I'll see something and it's like, oh, that would be nice to have someday, but just not today. And I don't want to forget about it. So I'll add it to my cart and deal with it later.
Yeah. Or sometimes it just takes the edge off too, right?
Right.
Because if, and not that I'm a compulsive shopper or anything like that, but it's one of those, you think you really, really need it right now. And then later on, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I even put that
Right.
there.
Right. How bad did you actually want it? Yeah.
Yeah.
My next one is normal or not, setting your windshield wipers to a certain speed so that it matches everyone else's around you.
No, I never even.
Yes, it's so normal. I'll be like, it'll be raining super hard and my windshield wipers will be just a going. And then I'll pull up next to someone and mine are just flying out of control because I was way back there when it was raining really hard and they're up here and it's just sprinkling.
So you
And so
turn it
meanwhile,
down?
yeah, I'm embarrassed for myself because I'm like, oh, I'm overcompensating on the windshield wipers.
Really
I can't be the
overreacted.
only one.
I really overreacted there.
Yeah.
No, never even thought of that. I turn them on as a functionable, thing that
Okay, as a
you use.
side question then, do you turn down the volume when you have to concentrate driving?
Well, of course.
I do too. Okay. Well, we can kind of get along on that aspect.
That's not even a question.
Right.
But yeah, no, that would be a no for me as far as the windshield wipers are concerned. I don't think it ever even occurred to me what speed everyone else's were
It
going.
happens to me all the time. I'll be like, even when someone's in front of you, you can see it from far away, and it's just like, it's just going at a modest pace. And meanwhile, mine is just like, anyway.
Okay, what about buying magazines that you'll never read or books that you'll never read?
Okay, I was gonna say magazines now, and you added the word books, and yeah.
Do you have a collection of those?
Yeah.
My guilty pleasure is buying a Woman's World at the cash, when you're going through, and somehow they've risen from 79 cents to I don't even know what now, probably like $5 or something. And
Yeah.
haven't gotten one of those in a while. And they've got nice short little articles, so I don't have to concentrate for too long. And so, there's usually a good recipe and, way to lose 5,000 pounds by the end
Right.
of the month and whatever. So it's good little short reads. And so I throw one of those on the belt and away it goes. And I'm so excited, and it gets home. And most of the time I've noticed that I'm not reading them.
Well, I think a couple weeks ago there was a bunch in a collection at the cottage, and I was like, Mom, you still want these? And you were like, well, yes. I was like, they're all like falling apart, probably have never been touched at the cottage, but okay, we'll save these, no problem.
But those weren't the same. That's different. Like there wasn't style or old outdated stuff in it. They were recipes. So
Oh,
yeah, that
right.
makes a difference. Good recipe stands the test of time.
Right. For me, it's
So
books. I just buy books, and because they sound really good, and I'm sure they are, but it takes me forever to get to them.
right.
And I find life has a way of just filling up your time naturally, unless you set the intention to sit down and read.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. So that's my problem. So
Yeah.
I will continue to buy books and collect them. And then over time, I get too many and I have to go through them and go, okay, I bought this 10 years ago. I'm probably never going to read it.
Right. Yeah.
So normal or not, taking photos in an app because you have no space left on your phone.
Stop.
No, but I'm saying this because I now agree with you, because guess whose phone's storage has officially reached
Oh,
99%.
oh.
So
So yeah, you have to go to that certain app that is used a lot.
yeah, and take
Okay.
photos and send them to myself or send it randomly to my boyfriend so that I can have those photos and not have to store it.
I can totally relate. I just went through it, but I got me a new phone now, so it's all good.
Well, I went through my photos and videos, so hopefully it won't be a problem anymore. But yeah, the thousands of things on there.
I know. And that leads into my next question. Normal or not, screenshotting everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, that looks like fun. I want to do that someday. Never to be looked at again.
Ooh, recipe, good meme to use later or whatever.
Yep.
Just different things. Something I should read later. Ooh, that's, something I want to do, something I want to register for, tickets I bought. Yeah.
Yep.
Screen
Totally agree.
everything.
That's normal.
So also with that whole theme we got going on there, how about joining up for master classes online that you know that you're never going to get to? Do you do that?
No,
But normal or not?
nah.
No,
If I buy a course online, I'll do it. It's funny you bring this up. I
I don't.
haven't.
I don't pay for it. Like the free master classes that are.
Oh, okay. I've done that for sure.
Yeah, I do it a lot, and it's sort of like it feels like, yay, I did it, even though you're not going to do it, and you didn't do it. Just signing up for it gives you some sort of like, I don't know, or maybe it'll be stored there for later if 200 years from now I go scrolling back through my old emails and realize that an
That's fair.
link.
I've done that. And it's funny you bring that up because, funny enough, I didn't even tell you this yet, but while you were away, I am now a certified, there's a proper way to say it. I can now drive and operate a boat on my own, in case you were wondering.
Like a rubber dinghy?
No, not a rubber dinghy. I can operate a boat.
Why would you? I'm confused. Who has a boat?
Nobody. My partner looked at me and he's like, I think you have ADHD. And I was like, no, you don't understand. There was a Canada Day special that it was 50% off to learn how to drive a boat. So I did it.
That's hilarious. Maybe that should be a normal or a nah.
That's what I'm saying. Just
Signing
doing
up
random
for
courses.
signing up for not just any random course, but how to drive a boat when you don't even own one.
Anyway, I have the license now. So if anyone's got a boat and they need a driver, I'm your girl. I don't
That's
know. I
funny.
just look at things and I go, oh, that sounds interesting. Might as well do it. So yeah.
That's funny.
Normal or not, watching a movie with someone who hasn't seen it before and watching them to make sure that they react the way that you want them to.
I've done it. I think that's
Yeah.
I
And
think
then
that
I get mad when people start talking at the important parts and it's like you're supposed to be watching this.
I think that might be called codependent. I'm not quite sure.
Oh well.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, because I've seen myself do the very same thing because you've enjoyed it and you want to see somebody else get the same level of enjoyment.
Yeah, and I never do, so I don't know why I bother.
So totally normal. Totally
Yeah.
normal. How about normal or not, keeping gift cards forever,
Yes.
never spending them? Why does it seem like such a commitment, to use a gift card?
And I find with certain gift cards that I get, I want to time it and use it at the right time, but the time just never shows up yet. So then I just keep like birthdays go by and Christmases go by. And so then I have like 4 more for that same place. And I'm like, oh, perfect. When that time comes, I will have a bunch of gift cards to use. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I think I have more money on gift cards than I do on my bank account.
I don't know that I've ever let them stack up that much, but I do find for me it's a big commitment, to go into a store and spend $50 on something that you really like is not as difficult, or throwing the debit down. It's not as difficult as using a gift card. I don't know if it's that I forget I had it, or,
I
you know,
think for me, it's more that I want to make sure that the purchase is worthwhile because it was a gift card.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair, fair.
because I have no issue using the Starbucks and things like that. So those ones are gone as quick as they come in. But when it's like an Outfitters of sorts, I have to like wait for the perfect moment.
I often forget I have them. I think it seems like it has to be like a planned production. Oh, yes, I have this. I must make a point to go to that store when I'm in next. So.
Sure, that makes sense. Normal or not, sitting on the toilet after you've finished and you just sit there so that you can have more time to scroll on your phone.
No, not for
Nah,
me.
she says.
Not for me.
It definitely
But
is for me.
for you it is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have pegged you, but I know for some people it sure is.
No,
Like
definitely
like
normal for me.
like how long are we talking?
Well, it depends on how good the TikToks are that day. I guess. I don't know.
In this archaeological exhibit, we will find
I
that's funny. Normal or not? Wanting to sample everybody else's drink and or food at a restaurant. Not like not like people that don't sit with you, but sometimes them too.
don't know.
Like people that you're there with, like, oh, what'd you get? Oh, it looks good.
No,
No? Yes, you
no.
do. You try my stuff.
You normally say, "Do you want to try it?" And I'll be like, "I
Because I
guess."
want to try yours.
Yeah, that right there. Yeah,
Uh,
that is fact right there.
I think
My
it's
my favorite, and I know we've talked about it already before, so we don't have to get into it. But so what's your favorite thing to eat here to the waiter or waitress? And they tell her, and then she goes, "Oh, not getting that."
I don't know. That's how I problem solve
Or
is just like,
she'll see plates go by. She'll go, "Oh, that looks really good," and she'll ask the server what it was and not get that either.
I don't know. Yeah, no. It helps me make sense of things, talking out loud, throwing things at the wall, seeing what sticks.
That's fair.
It's actually funny you brought that up because my very next one was normal or not, looking at others' food in the restaurant before you ordered to see what you want, or asking, wait a minute, I've got to turn my page, asking wait staff menu suggestions.
Stop.
Right there.
I know
It's
you
right here.
so well that I knew your head was gonna go there.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Not normal for me at least. Normal in the sense of I've experienced it with my mother across the table, but
So it is normal then.
oh, okay. Yeah. Um, Normal or not, having a designated junk drawer.
Oh, definitely. It's not normal. It's like necessity, isn't it? I don't th
That's what I feel.
I think that's the rules. At least one, like maybe one.
So what would be in your junk drawer?
Which one?
Well, for me, I have recipe cards from HelloFresh and Chef's Plate. I have masking tape. I have pens and pencils. I have Advil. I have
You
it's
shouldn't
all just jam packed. Oh, hot plates like the hot mats you put underneath hot things. Those are thrown in there. Oh, like a Santa Claus apron. I don't.
what, really?
Yeah.
No, mine is, well, there's two drawers that I have. One is like really not a junk drawer, a drawer. It's like the pen drawer and the scissor drawer and the, like sort of the stationary place. And then beside it is the more junky of the junk drawers. the batteries, the hammers, the measuring tape. So really we could call that like a construction drawer. So it's really not a junk drawer.
You
But
keep saying drunk drawer. Do you have one of those too?
I do not have a drunk drawer, but that is a very good idea.
Do you have any more you wanted to list off? I have a couple more.
Yeah, normal or nah, never deleting email and letting your inbox fill up with like 1,000 emails.
Normal.
Yeah. It's
Sometimes
overwhelming.
sometimes I get ahead of it, but a lot of the time it's just gonna pile up.
Yeah.
Normal or nah, practically entirely washing your dishes before actually putting them into the dishwasher.
Yeah, I know some people that do that, and there's, quite a bit of debate whether that is the proper way and the proper use of a dishwasher.
I
For
definitely
me,
don't do that, but I've seen people do it, and it's like you might as well be washing the dishes at this point.
for me, it's a nah unless it was like excessive. I don't just like throw it in there, but I don't really rinse it either, unless there was like rice, because I hear that can really do a job on a dishwasher. I don't know. Not normal for me, or partially normal, partially no. I don't know.
Fair. You have
I'm
any
out.
more?
I'm out. Keep going.
Normal or not, when you're behind a slow car, I stole this from Tony and Ryan's show.
Okay.
When you're behind a slow car, you move slightly to the side so that the car behind you knows it's not you being slow.
Normal.
Yeah, I do that too because I'm like irritated and I'm like, this person behind me is going to be mad at me, thinking it's me that's driving slow when it's not. So yeah.
I'm not taking the grief for that. Let's gang up on them.
Yeah, definitely normal for me.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'll just read the last few pretty quickly here. Eating things that are really hot and going,
Yeah, like
oh,
was
it's really
hot.
hot. It's
No
like,
kidding.
yeah, it just came out of the oven. No kidding, it's hot. Like, what
Yeah.
did you expect?
Yeah, I know a few people who do this as well. So it's like you're surprised every time.
Right. Normal or not, having a glass in the bathroom to rinse your mouth or drink out of.
Uh, yeah, I think it's normal, but for me, it's a nah because that glass doesn't get washed.
No. Yeah,
It's
no, that's a nah
filming.
for me.
The cat probably licked it.
Oh, gross. Stop. I didn't even think that far, but yeah, very true. They'll stick their, cat litter paw in it because there's like, no.
Rub up against your toothbrush while they're there.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Normal or not, defizzing a fizzy drink before drinking out of it.
I have to do that somewhat, so that would be totally normal.
That's
'Cause if
not
I drink
normal.
it right, like if I drink it straight when it's completely fizzy for me, like it would be loud in a few minutes.
What do you mean?
Like the bubbles would come back up. So
Oh, that's not how I took it. I was
no.
like, oh, no, that's not normal. For me, when I drink fizzy things, I want to be practically crying from the fizz.
Really?
Yeah, I love that
Oh,
sensation. That's what I crave.
I find it's painful. Like not painful, but you know what I mean. Like not comfy. I don't know. Too much.
I know what you mean, but that's what I appreciate when I like have to stop drinking it because it's like, whoa, that's like fizzy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, for me it's an I mean it's an that all the bubbles, but yeah, that it's normal. You know.
Fair. And the last one I have is less of a normal or not, but again, when we were gathering inspiration from Tony and Ryan, they had brought up about this specific scenario and it can be applied to this. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so true. So we'll frame it as normal or not. Freaking out in the grocery store line when your mom says, just 1 second, I have to go grab something that I forgot. And you're sitting there as a kid going, And then the cashier starts scanning things and it's like the mad dash and they're just scanning and scanning and scanning. And you're sitting there like freaking out because you're like, where is my mom? Like she said she'd be right back and she just left me here and I don't have money. And what am I going to do when they're done scanning it? It's like traumatic experience.
Or the best part when your mom finally arrives and goes, wait, I think I have that in change.
Right. And then they start counting.
Yeah, I can remember my mom doing that to me and it was just painful. And so now, I don't know, it's a rite of passage, I guess.
I guess maybe
Carried
I'll
on
get
the
there
family
someday.
tradition. Yeah.
I guess I've done that to my boyfriend a couple times. He's done it to me too. So anyway, I guess just as a kid, you're like sitting there going, what's going to happen when they realize I'm not the one with the money and meanwhile they already know.
Yeah.
But anyway, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Learned some interesting things about my mother, and I'm sure vice versa. Like we said, it was kind of inspired by Tony and Ryan's podcast. They have a great podcast, laugh all the time at their stuff. So if you're interested, go take a look at them as well. And I guess, there's what is even normal. Who knows? Because we all have quirky things about us and some of us can relate and other times we're like, you do that? Like, that's so weird. So what is the definition of normal? We should have looked that up before now, but just goes to show we all live differently and secretly do weird things that other people maybe don't know about.
Right.
So thank you so much for tuning in for another episode and we will see you next Monday.
Bye.
If you or someone you know has a unique story to tell, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at theimperfectpodcast@outlook.com.
For more information and how to connect with us on social media, you can visit us at our website, theimperfectpodcast.ca.
And from whichever platform you are listening to this episode, be sure to like, share, and leave us a review. We would really appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode.
We look forward to hearing your feedback and seeing you all find that extra joy and embrace your own imperfect.
See you next week.